Now, many of you have been asking, is COVID going to become a Republican virus? Is this going to become a Republican pandemic in the United States? Because when you look at the numbers, if Democrats are getting vaccinated at way higher rates than Republicans, and if blue states have much more cautious rules about large indoor gatherings, et cetera, than red states, won't it eventually become a Republican pandemic? And the answer is that it overwhelmingly already is. We have new numbers that Philip Bump wrote about in the Washington Post, which show that the new infection rate in the last couple of weeks is twice as high per capita in red counties than it is in blue counties in the United States. So important. This is at the county level, way more precise than the state level. You know, the thing about looking at the state level is you can have a blue state that's 53-46, a state that Joe Biden won. But you might really have a much more precise division if you look at red and blue counties within that state. Now, some of the counties might only be slightly blue or slightly red, but it's a much more accurate and precise way of slicing and dicing this. And the numbers are shocking. In the last 2 weeks, on average, blue counties are seeing 10 new cases per 100,000 residents, whereas red counties are seeing 20 new cases per 100,000 residents. The new case rate in red counties, counties that voted Trump rather than Biden, is twice that of the new case rate in Biden counties. That is a stunning gap. And it's actually, you can make the case that the numbers don't even tell you how bad it is. Because when you consider that blue counties tend to be more densely populated than red counties, this reflects very poorly on red counties. Like, the default position for positivity rates is that red counties should be doing better than blue counties, all else being equal, because you have a lower population density. It should be a little more difficult for it to spread when the population density is lower. The fact that the new case rate is twice as high in red counties, even despite having lower population density, is incredible. Now, the other important thing is the Delta variant, which is significantly more contagious. The Delta variant is affecting the whole country. Red and blue states, red and blue counties, everybody's affected by the Delta variant. But if you consider and compare counties today versus where they were a year ago, meaning not only pre-Delta, but pre-vaccine, we are basically seeing the same partisan split. On average, you see, even comparing to a year ago, you are seeing dramatically worse numbers in the red counties than in the blue counties. Now, the immediate question is, well, how is the Trump electorate going to react? How are the Trump people going to react? Well, they're already doing it. They are saying the statistics are fake to make them look bad. Now, that, of course, would require all sorts of conspiracy involving a whole bunch of different agencies in multiple states, red and blue states. The simpler explanation, a sort of casual Occam's razor, is the data might just be real and it reflects what's happening within these different places. That's the most intuitive. It requires the fewest assumptions, and it's the simplest explanation. So some people will claim the numbers are just fake and they're made up. Others will just ignore the statistics. You know, it could shift over time. It might begin with denial. Then it will go to anger about the people making up numbers to make red states look bad. And then who knows? Or they might even invent something whole cloth. You know, Biden is bringing infected immigrants from other countries and releasing them into red states to drive up the numbers, something like that. But the truth is, this is exactly what you would expect based on the different behavior, the different attitudes, and the different vaccination rates. The other thing you might see, by the way, as a result of this is some of the red states just clamping down on reporting this stuff. We're going to look at COVID hell Florida later. We still don't even know if we're getting accurate numbers from Florida. The numbers we're getting are the worst in the country and the worst that Florida has seen in the pandemic. Single day record, more than 21,000 cases in a single day over the weekend. We don't even know if these are truly the numbers that are coming out of Florida. And given their track record, it's really unclear. So it is wild what is going on right now. The world is looking on in horror. The vaccinated are looking at the unvaccinated and saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I have actually a really sort of disturbing voicemail today about how we've been talking about vaccination. That'll be a little bit later. But after the break, we'll look at Florida and we'll look at a whole bunch of other things that took place over the weekend. It is August. We are 2 weeks to the day from the 16th anniversary of the David Pakman Show. On that day, August 16th, 2 weeks from today, we will be doing a one-day membership special. I want it to be the biggest one-day sign-up in the history of the show. We'll be offering a huge discount on August 16th. If you'd like to be notified, just get on my newsletter at davidpakman.com. If you ever feel like you just don't have enough time to read all the books you want to read, you have to check out one of my favorite apps called Blinkist. Blinkist takes thousands of popular nonfiction books and distills each one down into an ebook or audiobook that you can get through in just 15 minutes, where you're getting all the key takeaways from the book. Just imagine how you'll be able to expand your horizons and knowledge by being able to soak up all of the important insights from 10 different books in an afternoon. Obviously, it's perfect for exposing yourself to a new book you otherwise wouldn't have time for, or you can use it to revisit a book you've already read, or use it to preview a book before you buy the full version and read it. I recently read A Brief History of Time, of course, by the great Stephen Hawking. This is a book that I have been aware of for so long, and other things got in the way, and it was fantastic to check it out on Blinkist. Blinkist has books on politics, philosophy, science. They have 27 different nonfiction categories, and a subscription is only about $8 a month, and you get the entire library. But you can try it totally free and get 25% off a subscription when you go to Blinkist.com/Pakman. I've put the link right underneath this video.